The opening section is called The Way of Discipline. People look for the shortcut, the hack. And if you came here looking for that, you won't find it. The shortcut is a lie. The hack doesn't get you there. And if you want to take the easy road, it won't take you where you want to be. Stronger, smarter, faster, healthier, better, free. To reach goals and overcome obstacles and be the best version of you possible will not happen by itself. It will not happen cutting corners, taking shortcuts, or looking for the easy way. There is no easy way. There is only hard work, late nights, early mornings, practice, rehearsal, repetition, study, sweat, blood, toil, frustration, and discipline. Discipline. There must be discipline. Discipline, the root of all good qualities, the driver of daily execution, the core principle that overcomes laziness and lethargy and excuses. Discipline defeats the infinite excuses that say, not today, not now, I need a rest, I will do it tomorrow. What's the hack? How do you become stronger, smarter, faster, healthier? How do you become better? How do you achieve true freedom? There is only one way. The way of discipline. So that's the opening of the book. This is not a verbose book. You don't get paid by the word. Like the old newspaper writers, they used to get paid by the word. I'm not getting paid by the word. I'm trying to say what I'm trying to say. That's it. So that is from the first section of this book, and the first section of this book is called Thoughts. And then the second section is called Actions, and the action sections includes 3 parts. One is fuel, one is repair and maintenance, and one is the workouts. So let me give you some more of these thoughts. This one's called Overcoming Procrastination. When and where to start. People want to know how to stop laziness. They want to know how to stop procrastination. They have an idea in their head, maybe even a vision, but they don't know where to start. So they ask and they say, where do I start? When is the best time to start? And I have a simple answer: here and now. That's it. You want to improve? You want to get better? You want to get on a workout program or a clean diet or start a new business? You want to write a book or make a movie or build a house or a computer or an app? Where do you start? You start right here. When do you start? You start right now. You initiate action. You go. Here is the reality. The idea isn't going to execute itself. That book isn't going to write itself. Those weights out in the gym, they aren't going to move themselves. You have to do it. And you have to do it now. So stop thinking about it. Stop dreaming about it. Stop researching every aspect of it and reading all about it and debating the pros and cons of it. Start doing it. Take that first step and make it happen. Get after it here and now. You've been kind of getting after it lately, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
You made a goal, you were telling me. You have goals.
Actual
is this
goals.
Is this kind of a new?
I think it was a progressive kind of thing. It started with kind of certain things, you know. Remember I told you I got not a journal, but what do you call it, like a planner?
Yeah, you got the day planner.
Yeah. And I've tried the planner thing many times, but not like the one that you actually write in with a pencil.
Okay.
You know, the kind like online. I got my digital on my phone, you know.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. There's a weird thing that happens when you go physical.
I agree.
Right?
Yes, for me that was the case for sure. Because some people, that's how. Like if you go, they got their cool app, organizer app, whatever, and it works. Apparently, you know, a lot of people use it. So you know, you can't refute that. Yeah, but it didn't work for me. Like it didn't stick at all. Many times. You know, I even did it on my computer where I was like, oh, I'm gonna leave it on the desktop so I can always see it. And it's still like. it worked for certain things, but not for like
Not for like making
stuff.
a bunch of videos for this podcast.
Well, but it was stuff that I would always have to revisit mentally, you know? And I'd be like, oh, okay, it's open. Okay, there it is. There. But no, yeah, not for planning. So I got a planner and a pencil, a special pencil for the planner. Oh. Mechanical pencil.
Yep. I'm a big mechanical pencil guy.
Yeah, because you can write super small if you need to. Like, man, yeah, it's good. And then you can erase or whatever. Anyway, so it started with that like months ago, almost a year, really. And that helped.
So it's interesting. As I read this book, you know, right now, and as I was reviewing it, I was thinking about you because you've been kind of like almost involuntarily put on the path. I guess, like, I mean, you've just been overexposed. I mean, just there's no way for you to kind of not. I mean, you're sitting here for hundreds and hundreds of hours.
Yeah.
So your life has transformed in many ways.
Yes. Yeah, big time. It's funny. Okay, here's a quick story. Not to deviate too much, but I'm gonna. So my daughter, she's the kind like she likes certain things, and then certain things she just straight up doesn't like. So you make her start running laps hard, she don't like that kind of stuff. So we took her. You know, it was my nephew / son. We took him to a running coach, and this coach has a group of kids, all varying levels, all the way up until like guys getting full ride scholarships to like Oregon for lacrosse, like the high level athlete guys.
Is he a good runner?
Who, the coach?
No.
Who? Oh, Jace?
Yeah.
We don't know. That's the thing.
Okay.
We don't know. So you know, and he had some friends in there and stuff like that. So they were like, "Hey, come see this coach and all this stuff." Former Marine, by the way, older guy. And
double approved.
And there's a bunch of kids there, and they're all doing their thing. So I'm like, yeah, let's throw my daughter in there too. She's 7, but young kid, you know. And there were a couple of other young boys in there, 8-ish, you know. And I'm like, she's not gonna like this. If this is hard conditioning, like track practice, which it was, by the way, it's she's not gonna like this stuff. She's going to be whatever. And she did start crying at one point, but she did everything. Yeah. That's the thing. Okay, so the point is how I wound up on the path, even though I got to admit, like, I've always wanted to, like, improve, but let's face it, I go with the wave, man. And sometimes beneficial, and a lot of times not, for sure. But I watched her, and she was nervous. She was not used to this kind of, like, intensity, you know? And this guy the coach, he's really cool, man. But he's not mellow. He's making jokes. He's putting you down. All jokes. You can totally tell, but, you know, she didn't know what to make of that. And so, but meanwhile, all the kids are listening. So he's like, go, run now, you know, this kind of stuff. And the kids are just going. So she has kind of no choice but to follow the wave, you know. If it was me and her by herself, at any given moment, she'll be like, wait, I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do this.
Yeah, but when everyone else is doing it, her whole, at that moment, environment is just react or moving, but you get caught up in that wave.
It's kind of interesting because you use the same metaphor for both, for two opposite things. You said, well, you know, I want to get better, but, you know, sometimes I just kind of go with the wave, right?
Exactly.
And now all of a sudden you're saying that in this situation, depending on the direction of the wave, if the wave's going in a good direction, you kind of get caught in that too.
Get caught in
That's
that wave.
what I feel like you hanging out with me for the last 5 years, by the way, of just the podcast, because we've been hanging out for a lot longer than that. And look, let's face it, you had a lot of elements of discipline and hard work. I mean, you played football. Obviously, you got to hard work to do that. You know, you're awesome at jiu-jitsu. You're you obviously work out hard. So you have like some aspects in your life that were real kind of strong. Some other aspects of your life, we had some areas, right?
We could improve.
We had some areas that maybe needed a little bit more on the path. They wanted to kind of ride a different wave.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, that wave is powerful. Like, you know how they say, and there's a bunch of cool, quote unquote, cool taglines where it's like, oh, your network is your net worth, and like all this, and basically that's
when somebody asked me like, what's your favorite mantra? I started thinking of all those things, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna get here. And Jamie was like, she tightened me up. She's like, hey, Jocko, everything you say is a mantra. And I'm like, she's like, you might not think it, but we all think it.
Nope, it's true.
And
it's absolutely true.
Check.
And those mantras, even the quote unquote cheesy ones, they all the root of all of them are legitimate.
Yeah, they're not untrue by any stretch. And some of them are absolutely like, yes, 100%.
Yeah. And these network is your network, and like, show me your 5 friends, I'll show you
Yeah.
your future, or
Yeah,
whatever.
all those
Like
things.
all that, they're all saying the same thing. It's kind of like your environment is this big wave that's going to influence you,
True.
and you're going to be riding that thing.
True.
And you can fight against it, you can ride with it, you can do whatever you want to do, but bruh, that's a wave.
You might want to pick the right wave.
But if you pick the right wave, you're good. But me, in this case, I kind of, in a way, didn't really pick any wave at all. I'm essentially rode one wave right into another wave, and luckily that wave was going in the right direction, and it was huge. It is huge. So yeah, and I was down for it. So yeah, man, I'm riding it, and trying to do the right things for sure. And yes, very, very beneficial.
Check. This next section, I'm going to jump through a bunch of these real quick, but this one's called The Person You Can Control. People are not who you want them to be. Kill your idols. Sure, there are things we can learn from people, but people aren't going to be what you think they are, what they should be. People, even those people you have put on a pedestal, are going to be faulted, weak, egomaniacal, condescending. They are going to be lazy, entitled, short-sighted. They will not be perfect, far from it. That's fine. Learn from their weaknesses. Of course, learn from their strengths and mimic and copy them in what they do well, but equally as important, learn from their faults. See what not to do. Because you can't control other people. You can't make them what you want them to be. You can't make them who you want them to be. The only person you can control is you. So focus on making yourself who you want to be. Faster, stronger, smarter, more humble, less ego. Discipline your body, free your mind. Get up early and go. Get after it, and you will become the person you want to be. And you become that person through one small decision at a time. Yeah, as you can see, this is a book of mantras.
Yes, sir.